Woo-wee!
You like touching stuff that's hot, don't
Oh.
you? So yesterday, let me show you what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we got the motor, we got both of these new frame rails put in. Remember how bad the other ones were? And the motor is set. Motor mounts are done. Transmission mount is done. That's pretty much it. What do you think, Ed?
I think it's quite a project. Putting a lot of steel on there. More weight. No plans for it, so we just gotta figure and measure everything out. Not easy.
You happy with that? You gotta think of every single thing all the time, or else you'll build something and you'll have to take it apart again.
Which we also do.
Which we do. There they are, they're stuck. Let's go get them out, Rudy. Snap! What did we break? Okay, we'll mount the seats when we're done with the floor. You know, a separate frame and body. All these panels that we put on are structural, so that's why we got to do all this spot welding. So we bought a kit from Summit. It's the computer and the complete wiring harness for this year of 5.3. Plug and play. We're trying to get as much space as feasibly possible for Randy's feet back here, and it's going to be this wide.
That's nice of you.
But your feet can go.
Wear narrower shoes, bro.
Yeah, but I need boots. Your feet can go under
The seat.
under the seat.
There's no room in theory.
What was the problem?
You look cozy, Rudy. Now scoot your butt this way about 3 inches.
Problem is, I'm sitting on the bar. If I scoot it 3 inches, I'm not sitting in the car anymore.
Okay, get set up to cut the thin floor. That sure ain't fitting very good. There you go. Okay, so break it at 1 inch.
Does that look about right?
1 inch? That's really close.
So this is what I used to do. Press a switch on the wall or something, and it comes out of the ground. Oh, well, you get to see the mechanism. Anyway, that's what I used to do, is build these from scratch.
So you built the actual safe? You built this part?
This comes in like that.
You built that?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, we need to get this in place. We need to draw lines where all this stuff is, drill holes. So if you want to just dominate this piece for a second. Man, you're drilling some big holes for plug welding.
Doesn't that look pretty? Don't look too close.
This is my twin stick for the transfer case. Nice. Look at this thing. Chip food.
I don't know him with that.
Open that. See what's in there.
Wow, look at that thing.
I'm putting 2 of these in here. Just mount them like that. I think they'll just go like that, vertically. Okay, those go right there. Okay, I'm going to engineer this for a second. That's
It's gotta come in farther up here. 'Cause
yeah.
if we cut that off.
It's okay. That's actually okay. Let's see the seat layback. Okay. That's almost perfect layback. We have to get different seats. We'll get different seats.
Now it's like a rocket and it slides forward up into this.
It's okay. Every seat's mounted that way, front high.
Not this high.
Well, let me go look at it. Yeah, that's too high.
That's where you had me.
Go back. Rock up a little bit. Right there is where it needs to be. We can live with that. I'm just going to sheet that up, and then we'll make that chair fit. Okay, get out. Woo-wee! You like touching stuff that's hot, don't you? I don't like it, the idiots that I want.
Alright, this is day 6 of the wagon build. Matt and Lizzie are just trying to figure out what parts they need to order. We got Ed over here.
Need a weather report, huh?
Yep.
Well, it's cloudy, 20% chance of rain. I don't think it'll rain. Sun's trying to come out. And no wind. That's what's nice. Everybody's working except me. I supervise.
It's your best job.
We got the new decals in today. All right. Hold on. Back here. Oh, at least the glass is warm. This is exciting.
That looks so good.
I wonder if that needs to be red as a nod to Yankum. See? Yankum ropes. Just a thought. Hey Lizzie, turn this thing around. Let's do the other side. What do you think, Ed?
Good.
The Matt's recovery ropes by Yankum ropes.
Looks good. You'll have to sign every one of them though now.
I like that. We've just been working on this floor, the transmission tunnel, and now today we're going to be working on the firewall, tying all that together and sealing it off. Coming right along. So this is going to be kind of a complex piece because it's a trapezoid. It leans over that way. It's got more of an angle on this side than this side. You'll have to figure it out. Then come over to this side. You've got this piece to put in.
If he's gone, I can convince you to lower it.
These are all right, let me see. You jump out of there. I don't know what the difference could possibly be. If your feet were here, there's a difference. There's a big difference. 2 inches.
Yeah,
But your feet are here. And so the difference, I want to show you how much you're gaining right there.
1/4 inch.
Okay, so we are exactly 3 1/8. So you will literally gain 1/4 of an inch of foot clearance.
Sit in it and put both feet in the well. So see how the leg's laying over it and hitting right there?
But you're not.
But that's not going to change.
We're gonna change that side because that's where the exhaust runs through.
We've set the seat in here, and your foot
This
can
foot
go
can go
all the way
That
into
foot
the-
can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I missed that.
The comfort level from there to there is just, there's just no difference. I'm not seeing it. Let's tack this other side in. Where did it go? Right there. You want me to start cutting out your bottom piece?
What bottom piece is that?
The floorboard, the hill kick?
If you absolutely want to, I've got all the measurements and stuff figured out. I just need to get the angles. Like I've started on it already.
Okay, let's keep doing it then.
You can do that side though. Yeah, I didn't want to do it very good either.
Frustrating how not what we wanted to do.
You've got gaps on both sides of yours.
Me? That's what the hammer's for.
Tractor went away today, so
What do you mean it went away?
We gotta get the seat mounted before we mount this.
okay, let's right now.
Do we have the steering wheel yet?
No.
Did you buy one?
Okay.
Big one?
Well, I got an email.
Sort of. So today, one of the things that I'm doing is just organizing all this stuff. We have lots of fabrication stuff, but we don't know exactly where it all is and what we've all got. So I'm taking a second, stepping back, brake. Rudy's working on some structural stuff on the body.
Yep.
We're kind of beefing it up, kind of more industrial style repairs instead of like auto body repairs, but it's going to fit the build really nice.
Sure will. So, if you see here, there's two pieces of metal here and they go all the way up, and that's where it's pinch welded together, and that's where the structure is. But this was so rusted out that it lost its structural integrity. So I'm building these plates, which will also go over, and I'll be able to pinch them together. These bottom rust holes, the car has enough structure after we get the rock sliders in that those will be obsolete. But yes, originally when this car was put together, that would have been kind of a key thing to have, is the rockers in place.
Yeah.
This car was a rusty bucket, as you can see right there. And it donated a lot of its parts to keep Rudy's car on the road and a couple of others. Your son's definitely better at welding than you.
I accept that challenge.
It's not a challenge, it's a compliment, remember?
No. Two kinds of structural. So there's structural for all-out strength, like getting hit with a hammer, and then the tiny microscopic vibrations that happen over a period of time.
Well, we
So-
can do both.
So derby welding is hammer stuff. Like you would weld it together, where if you put it in a car and drove it down the road, it'd fall apart in 40,000 miles. All the welds would crack, everything would break.
You like it?
I like it.
That side looks way
I
better.
just pulled him out.
You just touched it and it was hot? Oh my goodness. Why did you touch it? I've been working on this for the past 30 minutes.
That's literally my job. You're taking my job, Randy.
Good morning, Randy. How's it going?
Living in the desert like this is what happens to cars. They don't rust, just all the soft spots kind of turn to rock, and then they turn to dust. We got a windshield order, so we went all over the world to find somebody who had a windshield. We found one in New York, and they're shipping it there. Carefully in that RV too, somewhere. Very carefully, not precariously put, not crammed over or around, so just carefully find a slot and just slide it right in there. I got a lot of Corvair stuff. I need to quit hoarding.
What the heck is that?
Steering, I bet.
Open it up, we're all dying to know.
You might not have a sharp knife after
They
this.
packaged that pretty good, didn't
Yes, they did. Do you know what these look like? Hair curlers.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Those are hair curlers.
I knew it.
So it's this bar across here with these joints, and then the other bar going to the steering box.
As you guys know, we stole some of our shop space to make our office, which will be Ed's apartment eventually, hopefully soon. So we're adding on to the back of the shop.
But there's some cleanup to do in there. I might give that to it. No wonder those aren't pressing out of there. They were glued in.
Gonna use this size then?
Yeah. 2.5 inch exhaust.
Nice.
I'm thinking about working on shocks right now. So that's
You want that tacked?
gonna go right there. Let's just tack this in place and see what we got. Okay, so I'm expecting that to move into there.
Are you lowering it?
Yeah, we're coming down gently, slow, Lizzie.
That was sooner than expected. Honestly, we just go straight and curve down and clear it completely. That's it.
Wow, these shocks have a lot of trouble.
That's perfect.
So we need to drill a hole in that so that that can thread into it and tighten up. Perfect. We decided to make this nut permanent because it's blind back there. You can't get back there and get it. And then the fact that this is the right amount to hold it off from the frame. So we're just holding it off the frame and then we're just using that rod to fill the gap.
Yep.
They even came out almost the same height, Rudy.
I planned that.
All right, so let's catch you up to speed on where we're at. So right now, Rudy's just finishing up the mount for the steering box. Floor is almost done. Got a few more little things to fill up. Today we're gonna be putting in the front hoop for the roll cage. But before we do that, I'm going to be building the structure for the receiver and the mount for the gas tank. And I think if we can get that done, the steering done, and the roll cage done, we're gonna have a full day. Well, okay, stop for a second, Rudy. I'm gonna just set this tank in. Is that at the right height? It's perfect.
He has an amazing ability to just like guess. Right.
Yeah.
Wild guess.
So what we're trying to figure out right now is there's not a lot of space here. We got this 20-gallon fuel cell, and I don't want to go any smaller than that, and I don't want to spend the money for like a custom shaped one, which I don't think would really change much anyway. We just don't have a lot of room back here. So we've got to make the hitch strong enough back here and mount the fuel tank. So I was just talking to Rudy about we're probably going to run some frame rails, some tubing underneath here that'll tie into key structures and still have room for exhaust.
Hope it all fits.
So in the middle of all this work on this project, you can hear in the background we're doing it in addition to the shop so that we can turn this more into a fabrication bay and our, I don't know, we're putting stuff back there. It's gonna be better. Metal storage is our biggest problem. It's just all over the floor, it's outside. That's gonna fix that. We'll move the mill in there, we'll move the press and the drill press in there.
The air compressor outside.
The air compressor is gonna have its own little room that exits outside so we can't hear it anymore. There you go. Oh, this is looking so much better. We did it. That's it. More parts. Look at that little booster. We might be able to upgrade to an 8-inch. Okay, let's look at this. They go about right there.
Do we want to measure at all?
In a minute, we're gonna set the tank in a second. Okay, so that was right there. So let's come in this way about there. I'm happy with that.
Perfect. What?
He's acting like this doesn't happen all over, everywhere USA.
It's like it needs to go here. Welded it.
Yeah.
And then it's level.
I don't even care if they're right on the money or not. So I'm thinking of just we'll come straight up from this with light gauge, and then we'll have to come over to this. But it'll probably have to be down a little bit to do that because of the step. I do not recommend doing this. This is not an easy project. This is not an LS swap. It's not a four-wheel drive conversion.
It is a full four-wheel drive LS buggy that we're making nice with a cab.
So Rudy, come here. Need these holes filled. Rust proof it. Throw a piece of metal in there and then just weld it. I want to test your skills right there. I need you to fix that one.
Well, it's cloudy today. Supposed to rain the weekend. No wind though. That's good. Dogs are happy chewing on deer bone. Everybody's happy. So we'll have a good day.
Changed your mind, huh?
Yeah. It was not passable.
Oh, that's funny. Have you already made the point that you have never done body work before?
Yep.
And we don't have body working tools?
Yep. I can't grind that center one at all. Zero.
You can't get in there?
Yep. Perfect. If you have rusty rocker panels, I highly recommend
Body man?
doing nothing about it. No, don't even try. Don't even. You're not allowed to touch that.
Cut the end of my finger off just barely.
Where's your gloves? And your safety glasses?
How'd you cut your finger off?
I don't know. He won't say. I think he's embarrassed.
Oh, I cut it with this box cutter. Will that cutting wheel go through it?
Cut it with a box cutter.
That rotated? Yeah. Just keep this from breaking my hand. So grab the tie rod and kind of push it down. There we go. Yeah.
I don't want to break your hand.
No kidding. All right, you can drop it now. So we got it all rust proofed and stuff in there.
How far up do you want that? Like that? Flush with that?
You tell me.
Looks good. I'm tacking it.
So now we've got to tie the fenders into this. I feel like we've cut this hole too big.
Don't say we. It was him.
We're a team.
I'll take blame for it, but for not stopping you. I walked in the shop, I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm cutting the fenders out. We'll definitely need to cut them out bigger than this.
So I just got the decals put on my Jeep. This is exciting. Matt's recovery rope. There's still time to pre-order. Links in the description. Check these out, man. How good these look.